survive poisoned productions.
Hey guys, so I thought the first thing we should do is discuss the handmade pieces that I'm going to be using in this tutorial. I haven't done anything yet. I literally just took my makeup off and added some moisturizer to my face. But I did thought we should talk about some of the pieces because I don't show you how I made them. I will have like future videos that will be like accessories or something, like accessories tutorial or whatever, that will show you how I make all of the like pieces and bits that I'm going to be using to create the full look. I just didn't get to film it this time. I do hope to in the future though. So the first thing I'm going to show you are just these little like coral pieces that I'm going to be using. They're just flimsy pieces of paper, and all I'm going to do is literally ball up some clay and put it right here so that they stick up. You know what I mean? So that they can stick to the clay and then I can stick them to myself. That's literally the plan for that. But these are just papers that reflective papers that I found at Michael's. And honestly, I just found them in like the cardstock section or something years ago and just thought I would use them now. The second thing are these like tentacle looking things. I made them out of gelatin, and so what I did is I had a clean surface like a table or countertop or whatever, and I used clay to create a mold for these bad boys in whatever shape you want them to be in. And then I put Vaseline on the table and on the sides of the clay just to make sure the gelatin peels out easy. Now the first thing I did was mixed up gelatin, and then once it was all mixed up, I added the food coloring, and then I poured it half into the mold and let that cool. Then I laid a wire on it, and then I continued to pour the rest of the gelatin over it so that it filled the mold. So there is actually a wire in here, so we'll be able to bend it how we want. This is a technique that I learned from Elemax when they did their Kraken tutorial. I ain't about to steal anybody's shit, that's where I learned it, and I applied it to this because it worked. So yeah, and if you want to see like a video of it, you can definitely go to Elemax tutorial on the Kraken. I will have it linked somewhere. But yeah, I just didn't get to filming it because honestly I had to make all of these and like, I made them scattered is the problem. I made them over like 6 different days, which is the problem. But anywho's, then I just glued on some cut up pieces of the reflective paper so you get this really cool effect, and I made 5 of these. The other things that I made are these little, they're supposed to be like underwater like coral flutes and things. Basically I just made them out of clay and made like a hollow, I just poked my brush in the very top of both of them so that there'd be a negative space where I could put hot glue. Oh, excuse me. A place where I could put hot glue and then glue in some feathers so that they looked like the flumes coming out, do you know? And then I also, of course, made some, I'm gonna forget what they're called. Oh god, what are they called? Everyone uses them. It's not coral. Barnacles, they're barnacles. Yes, so, and then I created barnacles the same way. This is just clay. I created it in a ball, and then I smushed the sides in and then detailed with a little, you can use anything, you can use like a bobby pin, or I used carving tools. And this technique I learned from Jordan Hans in her, I don't know if she calls it a mermaid or like a broken heart siren. I'm not sure what the video is actually called, but I will leave a link for it as well, either in the video or in the description box below, or both, I don't know. Now the hardest piece I made was the face mask that we are going to use today. Isn't this fantastic? Look at this. Oh, this is just literally slaying me. So it's going to sit like this. I did use a face cast for this. It is created, all of the tentacles are gelatin. I made them the same way I made these bad boys. Oh girl. They're all sticking together. And then basically I placed them on my face mold, face cast, whatever you want to call it, face cast, in like the positions I wanted them, and then I taped them down with masking tape, and then I went over that masking tape with a mixture of liquid latex and flour that creates like a liquid paste. And then I did bring it up onto the brow bone just so that I'll be able to blend it in more naturally. And then I basically painted it, and then all these little orange things are just gelatin that I just like dipped on a table and created a bunch of them and used whatever ones worked. And then again, I just glued the reflective paper on top of the orange gelatin. So that's all these are. If I turn it around here, you can see the masking tape that I used to, these all have wires sticking out of them slightly so that I could glue them or tape them more appropriately in the appropriate spots. But yeah, this is what this looks like.